Welcome back to another episode of Fancy Tickles. This, yes, woo, is going to be an on-the-fly episode. This is good.
It is.
Sean, Blankenship, Jolly Green, Bryce Beeler, Wrecking Ball, James Maydall, Wise Panda. This is episode 51, and if you can't tell, we are now out of things to talk about. We've officially hit the wall, and it's been great. But you guys are about to hear some old content, and we just hit the fucking button like for an old episode.
Halloween episode.
Right. Which one did really good, guys? We'll just play that one again. We'll put music in the background. Remix. No, fuck. There hasn't been nothing going on in the news. Like, in a good way, I guess. I mean, nobody's like...
No, the only big thing I saw today that everybody and their brother is going to be excited about was they did finally pass that $1,400 bonus stimulus to go through.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know.
Wait, now the Senate passed it?
Yeah, it was 51 to 50 was the final vote, and it was...
Woo!
Kamala Harris was
Kamala
the 51.
Harris was the 51, yeah.
Was she?
Yeah.
Well, leave it up to her to give a bunch of money away.
Are you going to spend it?
I have saved every one of my stimulus checks since I got them.
What are you going to do with them?
Frame them.
I'm going to buy a plane
Historical
ticket to
reason.
another country and beg for citizenship. I feel like you guys seem far
You
peaceable.
can't do that. Nobody wants Americans right now unless
I
you're a
know.
celebrity.
That's what I'm saying. If I
Like
call and
Tom
I'm like,
Hanks.
well, he did it for other reasons, you know. The
I know,
old
he
pokety, pokety, strokety, strokety.
Wasn't he part of the old Epstein bullshit
I
thing?
think they all are. They have to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's okay. So here's my thing. Cops all work together in a department, right? And there's one bad cop. Well, he's one bad cop. Well, yeah, but you guys all work together. You let him work. Like, I have a shit job. I have a garbage shit job. Just to let you know if you're watching, boss man.
He does.
Sucks. It's terrible. I would rather not go tomorrow than go ever again. But with that being said, if somebody's slacking off for even like a half a day at our shit job, I'm going to be like, hey, motherfucker, I'm calling you out. You know, like, you pitch in or get the fuck out.
Well, because you got to work hard at that shit job, and you do.
Right. What I was getting at, though, is if there's a bunch of cops at a police station and there's a bad cop, if you're not going, hey, motherfucker, shape up or get out, you know, then, you know what I mean? Like, what makes that job different? Why is there so much integrity to that particular form of loyalty or whatever? It's like, you just watch that person beat that other person with a stick to death, and if I had done that, you'd arrested me for it and called me crazy and put me in jail. But he did it with
He's got a shiny little
with
badge.
his suit on,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden it's like, well, we got to put him on paid vacation. I mean, administrative leave.
Administrative leave, yeah.
You know, and it's like, if I was at my job, my shit job, right? So you already can't save money as well as other people.
Yeah.
And I do something like, fuck you, Sean! And the boss hears it, I get unpaid forever administrative leave till I find another gig. So it's just weird that there's like all these, you know, like touchy-feely pervy judge out there in the Soton that got fucking let go. It's been like a year and a half, 2 years. He's still on paid administrative leave. That's $127,000 to Soton County taxpayers every single year. So it's kind of a weird thing. So anyway, that's... What were we talking
I
about?
have no idea, dude.
Me either.
Epstein.
Well,
Right,
yeah.
okay,
Another
so...
country.
So,
Stimulus.
no, and then back around into the circle. If you're a celebrity that works with other celebrities that is doing horrific things to children, or their manager, the Epstein people are doing horrific things to children and people, you would immediately call them out. But they all have this thing where it's like, oh, we're all millionaires. I don't want my millions to go away. So you allow things like that to just happen in front or around you, or if you even heard it passively in conversation. That's why I'm not a celebrity, because if I was a stuntman, I'd be like, somebody get me the fake blowtorch gun thing. I'm gonna torch me up some pervs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna torch me some pervs.
But if you're the guy that doesn't want to lose his millions, what do? You get your
Right,
wife.
and they all do that, and then now here we are.
To
Here we
another
are with
country.
the Epstein
Yeah.
fiasco that's happening. It's all right, though, because they seem to just kill him off every time they start to give up the fucking gruff on him. That's interesting.
Weird how they go underground. 6 feet underground.
This is already awesome.
Let's see here. Grandpa Joe, he bombed Syria. I don't know why the fuck that happened.
Oh, no, dude. We've been bombing Syria for like 18 years.
Well, I know. It's just like every once in a while, it's like, you see it, and it's like, oh, shit, we did it again.
Right. Well, so, okay, same
Every time
thing.
the bomb drops over there, they should play the Britney Spears "Oops, I Did It Again."
Oops.
You know what's funny, though? I was watching it looked like, honestly, the pictures, it looked like somewhere out in, like, the New Mexico desert. And it looked like an old gas station or something that had been abandoned for years, and it is just all fallen over itself. That's what the pictures looked like. I was
Old
like,
Texaco.
that's not.
What if it's you see a sign that says Route 66? You're like,
Wait a minute.
That? They have one too, and they spell it in English.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Duh.
We've been over there so long, everything's in English, including the
True.
McDonald's.
At night, that was the moon landing scene.
You better quit.
Don't fuck with me on Conspiracies, Jim.
Fuck with me.
Yeah.
Dude, this should have been like an entire hour of Conspiracy Corner or something.
Well, kind of the one that I'm into is the topic that I've got is conspiracy-esque. You're gonna dig it, I think. You're gonna dig it.
And did you read this or watch this?
I watched the documentary.
Nice, dude. When you showed me your phone and I thought, he's fucking reading a documentary. Jim can read.
Yeah, it happens.
And he does on purpose. And he did it for... I thought you were saying you read for 3 hours. I was like,
No.
No.
Well, I doubled back because they would say his name and then they would like skip and like do 14 other names with it. And then I had to double back and like rewind an episode or whatever
I
to get
gotcha.
back. Just to get the information that I needed for sure.
So you like... That's thinking, Ricky.
Yeah.
You fucking thanked.
I did.
That's on Trailer Park Boys when Ricky's like, I just got all these fucking things bouncing around in my head and such and words, and Bubbles looks at him, he's like, that's thinking, Ricky. You're thinking. I don't fucking like it.
That's the other thing. One of the dudes actually sounds like Bubbles, but he looks just like old rich white guy.
Oh, scary.
It's the best. Just close your eyes and use your Bubbles.
There's something about those people, they're just so goddamn innocent most of the time that
Yeah.
like all you hear is innocent things. Nice.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, I get it. I get
I'm totally listening.
it. You are with your ball nose. No, that's just a flappy penis head. Is that what you got going on? No wonder the old lady fucking digs you. You got a
there's
weird...
A few little... you ever get...
Stink lines
You guys
or
ever get the
like ear
straggler
hairs?
dick hairs? You guys ever get those?
Oh, dang it, I wish y'all could see this.
It's
This
like
is...
straggler...
We'll take a picture and post it to the page.
Yeah, just about
Yeah.
every
You
13-year-old...
ever get shaven and then you look at your dick and you're holding it out like this and you realize...
This fucking guy
got-
holding it like this, like a fucking belly club.
And you realize you've got those like straggler dick that are growing out of your dick shaft.
Yeah,
Like
no,
ear
I get what
hairs?
you're saying. Yeah, like almost like with a cheek hair, where all of a
Yeah.
sudden you'll get one all sprouty in a
Yeah.
weird spot, like 3 inches long, and you're like, where'd that come from?
Those are called
No,
French ticklers.
Well, and when you're not thinking about it, and you're like, oh, that's unappealing, and you go to pluck that fucker, do you know how sensitive penis skin is? It's
Yeah.
really sensitive.
I saw a video today of this chick getting loaded into the back of this cop car, and they're like, we caught you on, like, we watched you trying to tuck a bag in between your legs. She's like, no, I was fixing my coochie lips. And he's like, ma'am, we witnessed, both of us witnessed you concealing a bag. She's like, no, I wasn't. Those were my coochie lips. And she's like, just getting super pissed about it. Those are my coochie lips. I was tucking them back in.
I'd be like,
Yucky.
I'd just take the cuffs off and be like, you know what? Your life already sucks if you have to tuck your shit in. You go.
It's
have
like
a-
the one you're telling
you
me. The
go
guy's
have
like,
a-
what's that? That's my dick.
That's my dick.
Yeah.
No, what you got there? That's my dick. Well, that is your dick. I apologize.
That is my dick. What if you did it like that guy on fucking Mad TV? You're just like, with the one that's always like, well, would you just look at that?
Oh, yeah.
If you were doing the same thing like every time, would you just look at that? He's just grabbing my penis.
Look
Would
at
you
that.
look at that?
I do that every
All right,
morning
so-
in the shower.
Are we doing a game? Are we
No,
playing a game?
Here's that joke I got for you.
Oh, okay.
So, joke takes 5 pennies.
All right.
Do you see any smells there?
No.
That's a scent. Is there any fruit there?
No.
Well,
It's a pear.
Fuck you.
Do you see any cars there?
No.
3 Lincolns. How about any law enforcement?
Nah.
4 coppers. See any pussy?
No.
You're not going to for 5 cents either.
We need to get a chick to film that joke.
That's pretty good. I like that.
That's so old school. I love it. You heard that from a guy over 50, didn't you?
I saw it on Facebook,
Oh.
actually. And it was like some woman was telling her husband about it, or like her brother or something. It was pretty damn good, though. I was like, I gotta remember that one. There
was
you
good.
go.
That's perfect. Where's my 5 cents?
That was in my pocket.
You didn't give me no pussy.
You didn't give me 5 cents. That was my 5 cents. My 5 cents, my pussy.
So some local news. You'll like this one. So do you remember Dogface?
Yeah.
The longboarder with the...
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was reading,
You're not going to like my response.
an Idaho
but go
Falls
ahead.
man, also known as Dogface, who rode to fame on a longboard singing Dreams from Fleetwood Mac, drinking, I almost said Capri Sun, crayon,
No crying out.
yeah. So he gave the signed bottle to the Idaho Museum, and they are now putting it in the museum as Idaho history. What
Well-
are your thoughts?
Stop talking so I can fucking freak out.
That's just,
So, like, you know the movie Idiocracy?
yeah.
That's all
That's
is.
what came to my mind too.
Like, the next step is he is going to get a position as a politician in Idaho and be like, listen,
yeah.
cran apple juice brought me out of poverty. I was working quarter time at the KFC, obviously not paying my bills. Because that was the thing I didn't fucking like, is it's like, he's living with his kid and his wife in like this little camper and he can barely afford. I'm like, motherfucker, get a job. You're in Boise or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
everybody can get a fucking job. Like, I didn't want to be the first one. You know what? I'll just cocksucker out. It's fine. Fucker's got no teeth. You know he smoked him out of his fucking head. And, like, he's longboarding to work. You look at the fucking video, it's like 10:30 in the morning, so he's already late. You know, like, and then everybody praises this guy who had it rough by giving him a pickup. And now they're making him famous, and they put him on some fucking ad, and they put him on the side of a cranberry juice bottle. Why? Because he didn't pay his fucking bills, and everybody gave him a handout?
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. I don't even care that he's from Idaho. Like,
I'm ready for people that
go
actually
souther to Utah or something.
do good things
And then get,
to be recognized, not people that do stupid shit that get recognized. And that is the world, unfortunately, we live in right now.
Or just do things to not be recognized. Do
Fuck.
things for the good of things.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
there's somebody that we know, I'm not going to name any names, certain female married to a certain old friend of ours that is very big on herself.
right.
And posts all kinds of videos and things like that. Recently had to film herself shopping somewhere, buying things for a community outreach program, and filmed the entire thing.
You're like, look
Hey,
how...
I'm doing this. I'm doing this.
Right.
And then took pictures of her, like, giving them to the... And I was like, really?
Right.
Like, if you're not doing it all for yourself, like, that's not how you do that shit.
Well, it's like,
And then share
I'm not
it
even going
all.
to say the name of my project in accidentally promoting it in a way that I don't like, just like this. But I have a project that I work on, and I find it pretty fucking, not noble, but whatever word.
Rewarding.
It's rewarding for me. It serves purpose. It does something for the world, like actually does something, you know, to make things better. I've had like 5 people in the last 10 years even say anything about it, you know? And it wasn't until a certain video got certain YouTube, Google, fucking whatever, GoPro famous or whatever for just a second.
Yeah.
And then it only got attention for like about 2 weeks, and I got some people to help, and then that's it. That's, you know, now I'm back to just doing it myself like I was doing it before. So it's really disheartening to be like, God, I wish I was a woman with boobs. I could get you guys to do what the fuck ever I want. You know what I mean? Like, if I had boobs and a hot little ass, you guys would be fucked. You would... Yeah, just add this, dude.
Just add
Let's
this.
see. For the rest of the episode, let's see how much more you people pay attention, because I have these big knockers. Big, beautiful, booby knockers. Right? And then try
yeah.
not to, like, take everything I say super
just a tad
one.
more serious.
Yeah, they're just gonna be like zoned in, and be like, for some reason it comes.
It's the pattern,
it's
too.
penetrating my fucking face, you know. And it's like, okay, well,
When I was
I
in
don't actually have these. Whew, those are fucking.
I told you.
Those are real.
When I was in
titties.
5th grade, I was helping with the Christmas Connection around here.
Yeah.
We'd been helped all 4th grade year or whatever. 3rd grade year when we first got here. Did it for the 2 years, and I was like, it'd be kind of cool to help out with these guys. So I asked how to get a hold of the person that ran it. Got a hold of them. I started writing letters to all the businesses around town. I sent letters to the state sports teams and stuff like that. The Seahawks, the Mariners.
Oh, for reals? Dude?
Yeah. They sent
How
some
old
shit
were
back.
you?
I was 5th grade. So, my mom helped me with it, obviously. Like,
No,
all
what I
that
mean is
form
to
letter
have
stuff.
the depth to even make that thought. That's pretty
Yeah.
fucking cool.
And then, so, we wrote Ellen, we wrote Rosie O'Donnell, because they were all big with those things back then. Sent letters to, their P.O. box or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Didn't get a whole lot from it, those guys, but, a lot of the local businesses that normally donate and stuff, we got a fuck ton of money out of that. Mm-hmm. One day, I actually got to leave. I did 2 media things. They had me go on the radio one time to talk about it with the lady that ran it. And they had a news spot that I did for the news, the local news. Did those.
Your little face? Like back
Yeah.
when you had the little Jufro ramen noodle thing going on? Or were you
No,
doing
that was
that
7.
yet?
That wasn't quite there yet.
Jufro ramen.
I
It
still had
did.
I still had
It
the
was
part
like-
on the side and the comb over it,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, and
I
then
forgot how goddamn curly your hair was. Sorry.
no, it's fine.
I'm jimming your story the fuck
You're
up
good,
right
you're
now.
good.
I'm sorry.
No worries. It wouldn't be us if it wasn't gymmed up by one of us. All right.
True.
So, and then
fuck.
one day I actually got to go take the checks, and we went Christmas shopping. I
Hell
got to go
yes.
blow the money on all the fucking toys that we bought and shit like that.
Nice.
It was a blast.
and you knew
Nice.
what kids would want. That's the cool
Yeah.
thing. Because usually it's just they're great people. Everybody that wants to give a
Oh,
kid
yeah.
a toy is a cool person. But you might not know. There's a bunch of hip ass boxes in front of you. Everything. I know, dude. You can't not listen to my fucking story. It's so crazy how in tuned both of you are right now. I can see in my peripherals both of you. It's so close. And Sean's over here just fucking. Oh, I have an itchy leg. But you got to make. So, you knew what kid wanted. You're oh, he's
Yeah.
in 5th grade, just like
Well,
me.
it was
He
the
wants
first year that-
fucking Pokemon cards, bro.
it was the first year my dad had a full-time job. We were living over in the Francis Street apartments, those white ones over there.
Francis, what the fuck
Francis
one
and
is that?
14th. So you know where the 14th,
Oh,
the white
yeah,
apartments?
yeah.
Those split. So
Hell
we were
yeah.
on the Francis side, and we were in one of the downstairs apartments, and they actually brought over, the people that did it, brought over a substantial amount of presents for us that night, too.
Oh,
before
really?
we even did anything, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
So they'd,
yeah.
tucked a little money aside to get us some shit, and, the parents and everything else like that, which was really cool. But the biggest thing was it was just, being able to give back to that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It was
It's a
kind of
cool
fun.
feeling.
Yeah, and then I
It's-
don't remember if I just fell out of it the next year and they just didn't need as much. They didn't ask for any help. They just
Wha-
took the lead on what I was doing and did it themselves.
Right. Well, any passion that you have, regardless of what it is, if you forget about it for a while, and this applies to relationships, this applies to hobbies, this applies to more than hobbies, things that are true passions, you can totally get away from them.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you care about them. Maybe not in the volunteering, you're saying, sense, but a true hobby. If you don't feel like you're doing it justice while you're doing it, if you half-assing something, I'm the kind of person. It's if I don't feel like I'm doing skateboarding the way I feel it needs to be treated to be involved in the scene, I fucking go away.
Well, you did that for a long ass time too.
Yeah, I think my last video that I was looking at on Facebook that I posted, it was a skate video when I was going fucking hot and heavy, was 2014. So since 2014 to 3 weeks ago, I hadn't even touched a skateboard. I mean, every once in a while I'd take my longboard and go to the store or something. But anyway, it wasn't until I was ready to okay, I'm going to fucking, every free second I have, I'm going to be on this thing. I don't care what hurts. I don't care, you know. And yeah, and so I could see how a kid, especially, take a summer off to go do the rest, and you're starting to fucking boobs and shit are cool, and yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's rad, though. That's way fucking cool. We should do some shit for him. Look at you. You can't fucking not look, dude. You perv, little boy. Quit looking at my titties. Are the nipples?
My eyes are up here.
My eyes are up here. Are the nipple parts hard? God, girls, please, somebody get on the Facebook and explain to me how you don't do this shit all fucking day. Like, it's not even sexual. It's
well, that's
just
the
like,
thing. Like they,
just get like a nervous tick. Like I
the
play
beard
with
thing.
my beard all the
Oh,
time.
if I'm pissed in traffic, it's fucking. I'm doing this thing and fucking with it.
Oh boy, have I been pissed in traffic lately?
Oh, sweet. I hope it's a good one. But yeah, these things are just.
Well, yeah, it's like the conversation that goes, "What would you do if you had a dick, or what would you do if you had tits?" I'd play with it.
Yeah.
Or them.
If
Like,
you
it's
had
just-
a penis, you would play with it.
Definitely.
That's why we're married.
I play with mine all
Civil
the time.
union. It's more modern, you know what I mean? Like, we can still
Yeah.
break up, but it's like more important than a girlfriend.
I'm not really sure what's going on here. I'm just kind of staying
It's
out
on
of it.
Facebook, baby.
I
We
saw that.
announced today. I reevaluated what I thought a relationship
I've seen it more than once.
was, and
I'm very surprised. Like none of my family has been like, "Is there something we don't know just yet, or what?"
you'll know
You
when
should
we
post
know.
just some crazy ass picture. Just fucking smooch one out and take a picture of it.
It's got to be somewhere that's got a bearskin rug we can put down in front of that fireplace. And
You
take
want to
some
do like
pictures.
what Burton and
Dude, I've been wanting
what's
to
the
do.
little Asian guy?
I want to.
Oh, Bobby Lee.
Yeah, they took the picture together. Remember
I gotta
Bobby
be,
Lee?
I'll be your bearskin rug, yeah.
I'm,
I'll just lay down. You guys can. I'm wide enough. You
and we'll
got me.
take a marker and just write bearskin rug in
Yeah.
parentheses so they get the thing, which is funnier because it's like, have you seen the? Well, let's fucking go deep on this. You seen the porno where chicks are like writing stuff on their butt? In, like, black marker?
fuck slut. or
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh, yeah.
weird,
like
weird
stuff
shit.
like
Daddy's
what-
whore, shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I don't get it.
It's a
Like I know.
Me neither.
it's a shaming thing.
Yeah, I get.
Like the
I mean,
guy-
I get
yeah.
it, but like, I don't get it. Like, I've always tried to like uplift my partners. You know,
Oh,
make
well,
them
yeah.
happy.
But there's some girls that just get off on that.
Yeah, and they have daddy issues, and you should
That's-
only talk to them very rarely.
Well, that's the point of why they're.
Dude, you try and get in a relationship with a daddy issues girl, like a legit, like, no,
Can't say.
dude, don't. It's not for the faint of heart. You're gonna hear some things in the bedroom that you used to think were hot until it's in proper context.
That afterwards you're
Like,
gonna be
fuck
like
me in the-
reevaluating your.
Fuck me in the shed, daddy. Be like, that cannot be the first time you said that. Like, yeah, that's one thing. So, like, every trick a chick's ever
Is the
had.
shed a keyword for your butthole?
No. It's like legit. It's like literal. Like,
No.
fuck me in the shed, daddy.
Fuck me in the woodshed.
Yeah, in the fucking woods. The
The
tool
wood,
shed.
the wood chipper.
The wood
Right. Call me the wood chipper. And, like,
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck in a wood chipper?
And I had a guy tell me one time, you know what the girls call me? And I was like, wait, they call me the fuck press. I was at the bar.
he probably
We were
just
at the Alibi, and he was just drunk
he
as
catches
shit.
them behind the legs, grabs them by the neck, and just squeezes them in until they're. It's like,
It was the
I made him
weirdest
pump.
thing.
I made him pump.
He didn't. I was waiting for a drink, and he just came up, and he was like, "Hey, I'm dead serious, dude.
That's
You know
the
what they
best.
called me?" I was like, "What?" He's like, "Women call me the fuck press," and I was like, "Right on,
Do you mean Vice?
dude."
No,
and
that's-
then he just
That's your opening line, buddy?
and then he just
like, not,
walked
hey?
away with his
First
leather
of all-
coat on.
I'm not. Oh, dude, that guy meant it then.
Probably.
If he called himself or they called him the
fuck
fuck press,
press.
you know what it is there's probably like, what was that chick that was always trying to fuck everybody, including me, that was special in high school? Don't say your name. That's not nice. But you all know who I'm talking about, ish.
She was special.
Oh yeah, super special, and would like hump stuff and people.
Oh,
Right.
All right.
So a
Yeah.
girl like her told him one time when he was 28 and she was 17 in special school,
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you're the fuck press," you know, something like that, and he took that shit to heart. He has a tattoo somewhere
Yeah.
that says it's an anvil.
Fuck press.
Right,
Like
no.
on his tummy.
Fuck press.
Fuck press. Hey, check this out.
Especially right, yeah. If he's got to like,
Lift the gut up.
he's got to lift that fuck press. Be like, dude, you got a 20-ton press there, baby.
Gotta lift the work shit up and check
Yeah.
the fuck press out. Needs some maintenance. You want to give it a look-see?
Like, wait a minute. You're telling me that tattoo started right way up, and now it's facing towards you and upside down?
Knockout, tag out, foot press.
Oh my god.
What is that movie where the chick's got boner garage tattooed on her?
I don't know. But that's pretty fucking
That
funny.
sounds so familiar.
Boner garage.
I swear I just saw it the other day, but I can't remember the fucking title of it.
Boner garage. That's gonna be stuck in my fucking dome. Boner garage.
Boner garage.
Where's my drink?
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Hey, you know what
Jim?
happened to me? Oh,
No, fucking go for it. I want to hear your story.
it's kind of like a fucking first world stupid problem. That.
Oh, that's the best part.
So, all right. So
My wallet wasn't big enough to hold my
Oh,
paycheck.
it's so dumb.
I have 2 wallets now. That's my problem. I've been so broke that I've needed a fucking wallet and didn't have enough money to buy one, or only had enough money to buy a wallet, and I thought, what the fuck am I buying a wallet for if I don't have any money to put in it?
Shove all these cards and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just put it in my pocket and have 20 bucks for weed.
So it's kind of a numbskull thing today, but it just fucked my whole day. You ever had one of those days where you've got something planned, you work on it, you work on it, you work on it, the whole day gets fucked.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you're just like, I don't know. It's just like this weird feeling. And I get it more now that I'm older. I'm just like, fuck, I wasted it. You know?
Right.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah, like
So-
a day, like losing
Yeah,
a day
like
to
I
like
lost a
nothing.
day.
Yeah.
So anyhow, Sarah's little car has been having some fucking issues lately. It's some electrical demons, and I don't deal with that shit. I don't do it. So I'm like, all right, I know we owe money on it still, but you gotta have something fucking reliable to drive. You know what I mean? And so I was like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna find something that's like equal value of it. We'll talk to the bank. We'll roll over the loan, whatever, and we'll find you something that's a little
Nicer.
little nicer,
Reliable,
a little
anyway.
more reliable. We don't need something so fucking sporty and all that shit, you know. Anyway, long story short, went out to a car lot in town, close to your work.
Oh, I know exactly what we're
Yeah,
talking about.
it's sketchy.
Yeah.
And I saw a car out there that I liked today. So I was like, sweet, dude. Fuck yeah. So I test drove it. Spent all day hemming and hawing around trying to do that. If you've ever bought a car, it's fucking strenuous bullshit, especially if you're trying to do what I was doing. So anyways, got all the paperwork in order and everything. They're like, yeah, we'll give you this much for it, blah, 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 blah. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then I go out there with the fucking check in hand. And he's like, oh, yeah, I can't give you that for that car now. Like, after I'd already talked to the bank, got a check, everything.
What?
Yeah, dude. And I was like, wait.
Like,
What?
we already did this.
I was like, all the paperwork's already been taken care of and everything. He's like, yeah, but, I mean, you owed this much on it. Blue Book's this much. And I can't give you that much.
I'm like, I have a fucking
And
check
I
in
was
my
like, it's
hand,
right here.
motherfucker.
Oh.
To your name.
And I showed him, like, everything. I was like, hey, no, it has nothing to do with you. Like, the bank pays this much off. I was like, you're just taking it as a trade-in, dude. That's all. And he just, this hillbilly fucking head didn't understand it. And I was so fucking mad. And he's like, have the check in his hand. I was like, give me the fucking check. Because I was like, I know you motherfucker. You're going to be like, bleep, bloop, bleep, bloop, bleep. And you're going to be like, it's your car now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm like, nope. Anyway. So I, like, fucked my day. I had to tell somebody anyway. It's
No.
kind of my therapy.
No,
So
I get
that was
it.
like
Yeah.
that was like 2:30 in the afternoon, and I'd been fucking around with this since like 9 in the morning. So anyway, I like fucked my day, but I was like, oh, I got the podcast.
You didn't run into nothing or nothing?
No, I
Oh,
wish
I'd
I
have
would have.
fucking-
I got mad and I peeled out of the parking lot
Yeah.
in the car that I was trying to trade in.
Yeah, fuck them.
Like,
It's not yours.
Sure you
now.
don't want to take
Yeah.
it now, bitch?
yeah. So anyway,
Oh,
that was my first world problem issue today. But
No,
I was,
that's a.
and then it just made me
That's
so
actually a
mad.
third world problem, because here's a first world problem.
Yeah.
I got food poisoning from that $50,000 a plate
Okay.
when they're fundraising for people's campaigns, you know?
Yeah.
And so, like, this one rich guy just said, here's the thing. Here's the fucking thing I hate about this more than anything. And this
eat your last cookies. I'm
this
sorry.
goes back to...
Or I'm
I
gonna
will.
eat it.
I will. You know, eat them. Go for it, dude.
I don't know, I'll
want
throw
one.
up.
So he just throws them on the floor. Fuck you, cookies. So,
Sorry.
oh, I fucking lost it. I did. Totally fucking lost it. It's okay. I'm almost there. Back to the thing. Getting fucking... Oh, okay. So, evil politicians that don't listen to this fucking show. When you are told not to just directly be given money by rich people so that you can completely flood a campaign and affect how it actually works.
Yeah.
Like, they try and level the playing field, and we saw that doesn't work when rich people have their own money, and they be like, I'll spend all my own fucking money I want, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then they win a presidency or whatever. But if you're telling me, did somebody poop? Holy God.
I tried squeezing one out, but it wasn't anything that would go out.
My titties don't stink. That's good. It's probably just the waft from my fucking... I gotta get rid of these titties, dude. My armpits are all open.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
I got stinky titties.
Ooh, stinky titties. Anyway,
That boob sweat.
so if you're told that you can't raise money a certain way, you can't just be like, hey, Bill Gates, give me all the money I need to do my campaign and I'll make IBM famous or whoever the fuck he owns.
Yeah.
So then but you can do a campaign dinner in which you charge any amount of money. And I've seen a picture of this food, and I know I've fucking talked about this before. But it's just a plate of food. It's not like a lobster and like dodo bird's wings. Yeah, it'll be like one little shitty steak and like 4 sticks of asparagus and a little thing of potatoes with the butter in them. And the butter ain't even melted, right? And they're like, enjoying our George Bush Jr. fucking campaign dollar thing. And you're like, well, but that doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're told that you can't do a certain thing, so then you just spend a little bit of money to cater some fucking dinner, and now you get $50,000 a plate. Like, that should be... It should just be inherent that that's so goddamn dumb and obvious that you can't do it.
Yeah.
But, like...
Like that.
Yeah.
With a little swirl
Yeah,
of
just
caramel.
like a... Not even caramel, dude. Like, so here's your steak, I'm assuming, hopefully. I'm gonna make this potatoes. And that's unmelted butter. That's how shitty these plates look in those things. And it's like, how does that get by? How's that fucking cool? So anyway, that's a first world problem. True. That your $50,000
like
plate of food.
Weird face.
Yeah, a little bit.
Ooh.
You get a little lightheaded there?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm good.
Don't fall over.
Anybody's good. It's all good.
Anybody
All right.
good?
No, I see what you're saying.
So these are
That.
fucking second world problems where you're trying to figure out what to do with a car that you willingly took on a loan for.
Yeah.
So like you're required to pay your loan every month, no matter what's going on with the car. You pay the loan every fucking month, right? But nothing ever seems to make any of these cars that we buy last the whole loan. It never does. We're constantly doing this swap it out just before the end shit. You never actually own nothing. They give you next to nothing for the trade-in, and then you start all fucking over again with a car that somebody else wore out.
Yep.
Like, yeah. That's what's getting me lightheaded.
Yeah.
Double. You double it? Did you double it?
Yeah. Those things are heavy duty, dude. Anyhow, so yeah, I get it. It sucks, dude.
Made me mad. I had road rage the whole way home.
Yeah, and that's
the
not
trucker
a fun...
was next to me, and he I just looked over, and I'm in like this little girl car, and he just kind of gave me this weird look, and I was like, "Fuck you!" Just for no reason, and I probably ruined his day.
Probably not. That's probably the 30th time before that span of road that he's already been flipped
It was like that shitty intersection right there by the Sonico. And that intersection right there, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where, like, you sit there and it's... Anyway.
Well,
that was my bullshit story.
Well, and the fucking truckers, dude, like, some are cool, obviously. They just do the job and they signal. And then some are just like, I'm very large and fuck you, you know? Like, I went to turn from my work to get back on the main highway to go across the Clearwater Bridge.
Yeah.
Right? It's my fucking light. Mine. And here comes the truck with his turn signal on, right? And he's going... But, like... You know how you do the thing? You go by each other. He just decided he's going to go out as far as he fucking feels like from that opposite light or whatever. And I only stopped like 5 feet in front of the white line thing, you know? I'm like, whoa, this guy's being weird. And then he's all the
Just
way
like you're not
on
even...
the crosswalk almost, you know, of the opposing to then get back in 2 lanes and drunkenly fucking head down the road or whatever. So I was really mad. And instead of being in my all the way left lane and turning left like a normal person, I thought, there's no traffic to the right. I'm going to go fucking throw something at this trucker. So, I do that. And then I'm like, that was foolish. Now I have to be on the highway next to this guy, and there's just barriers in the road until you get to the next split or whatever. So then I turn out that way. Anyway, he went away. That was the end of the cool story. But I just fucking, I don't know. I don't like being bullied by bigger things. Like, in my entire life, I don't think I've ever, like, dealt with it.
We've seen that. Witnessed that all firsthand.
Yeah, so, no, it's like the adult equivalent of that. It's like the guys in the big diesel trucks. Mm-hmm. They're like, whoa, and they get right next to you, and, like, you were already going faster than them, and then they noticed that you were going faster than them, and now it's a race. And it's not only a race, but it's a race to put your truck in front of me, and then I'm like, okay, I don't want to be, like, right behind you.
I don't want to fucking breathe your fucking shitty smoke
and I just
right
don't
now.
want to be, I don't, like, when I'm driving, I, like, do the distance thing. I'm like, I want to be able to stop, you know? And then people, that's the thing that they do that I hate the worst. So you're leaving that space, right? Safe, I feel safe, and then it's like a little, even for 1 second, it's longer than it should be, and you, like, happen to look at something, and you look back, and fucker's cutting into that spot, and you're like, dude, I didn't leave no room to stop for you. I left room for me to stop for me.
Right.
Yep.
Anyway, you should
Jim has Jim notes.
I took notes today, kids. So, I watched that Cecil Hotel, and every time I've gotten into something like that, I've decided that whenever something new pops up on Netflix, doesn't matter what the doc is for the most part, I'm going to watch it. So this one seemed interesting. We love the murder podcast, all that stuff like that. Small Town Murder, all those are fun. So this was kind of right up that alley with that little weird twist to it. So it's called Murder Among the Mormons, right? So this guy, Mark Hoffman, when he was 14 years old, and we'll just start at the very beginning of his whole story. So they don't start here in the documentary either, by the way. So when he's 14 years old, him and his buddies are going out to go on this treasure hunt. And the night before, he realizes he's going on this treasure hunt, so he likes to impress people. He's always been big about impressing people. So he goes out the night before and he buries this jar of coins. So he has something to find to impress all his friends.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So he goes and he digs up all these coins and he finds it and everything like that. Well, then he decides he's going to try to forge a coin and make it way older than it actually is. So he gets in and he does the melting and the soldering and everything like that to fix the number on it to make it an older coin. Sends it into the treasury and they send him a note back that says it's a legit coin. So at 14 years of age, he's figured out how to forge a coin. So come later on down the road, him and his folks are both raised Mormon. So the Church of Latter-day Saints was built on Joseph Smith finding these gold plates, right? So he finds these gold plates, but he's told where these gold plates are by an angel. That's how this whole thing comes about.
I like this guy.
So this guy discovers a letter written by Joseph Smith.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Written by Joseph Smith that it wasn't actually the angel that told him where the gold plates were. He was led to him by a white salamander. Okay. So he turns this letter over. They compare the handprint, the writing on it and everything like that. It's legit.
What?
It's legit. This paperwork that they find is legit.
So this guy is like really fucking good.
He's good. Yeah. So this is where it gets even deeper. So he finds that, turns that letter in. He just becomes this huge person in the LDS, right? Later on, then he discovers that there's a collection of documents written by different people in the LDS, different prophets and everything like that.
Okay, yeah.
That can pretty much flips everything that the LDS was built on. Or he says he's discovered these things, right? So then the main guys, the leaders of the LDS, want this information. And he's like, well, I'm not just going to give it to you. You can purchase it from me. So they go to give him $300,000 as what is offered for this. Well, then it gets closer and closer to the date that he's supposed to do this. And he's got associates that are like his business partners and people that are funding him to go do these trips and shit like that to go find this stuff. In the process, he's got a wife. He's got kids that are coming
Missouri?
up. Utah.
What I mean is...
Oh, like, where is he supposed to go
right,
get these
yeah,
trips?
because it's Mormonism, so, like, it's here.
Well, then there's, like, people that are, like, the document checkers and everything like that. He's got to go to them and have the documents checked and whatnot like that. So then, October 1985 comes around. 2 bombs go off. 2 pipe bombs go off. Kill 2 people. First one is Steven Christensen, who was a partner of his that was thought to know something about the documents, but never had the chance to say anything because he died. And then the other guy was meant for his business partner, which I can't remember his name, but his wife was the one that got the package, and she died instead.
Oh, shit.
So, then a day later, there's another bomb that goes off in his car. Blows him to smithereens. He's not dead. He survives. And actually, a witness comes up that's Mormon and, like, hits him with the holy water and stuff like that, prays with him and says, you will survive. So they have no idea what this guy has just done. A witness turns up later on that says where these first 2 bombs were at. They describe somebody wearing a green Letterman's jacket. And they suspect this guy at first, this Mark Hoffman, but they have no proof. So they go in, they check his house, they find the green Letterman's jacket, bring him in, everything like that. All the documents that he had discovered, this McClellan collection, was all just stuff he had made up, obviously. Right. But because he knew he was supposed to be going to turn this stuff in, he had all of these, he had different pieces that he'd forged and stuff like that. And he figured out how to, like, chemically change the paper. Like a regular sheet of paper like this, he can go in and you hit it with a certain gas, you spray it with a certain amount of this. He had like a Coke bottle that he was like tracing a circle around with like the quill pen to like fake up the little mark on it or whatever in one of the scenes. And so he puts all these fake documents in the trunk of this car, so when the bomb goes off, it can destroy the stuff. Anything that could have potentially been used as evidence of this McClellan collection is gone. So then he confesses to the murders and the forgeries and is serving life sentence in Utah prison right now, still to this day. But on top of that, the forgeries that he did there, he'd also done forgeries of George and Martha Washington, Abraham Lincoln, John Quincy Adams, Emily Dickinson, Betsy Ross, and 1,000 more. Really? So Lord only knows what documents that are out in the world
are just totally
total forgeries.
I'll tell you where my brain went with it immediately. The United States government is going to come out and they'll be like, hey folks, so we got a little hiccup here, which it's obviously not, but they'd be like, so we thought that the Declaration of Independence was the Declaration of Independence. Problem is, Constitution, that's the one I'm looking for. Yeah. The amendments and shit. They're like, yeah, so this Mark guy, he actually forged the Second Amendment into the Constitution, so we're just going to put it back the way it was, and y'all just forget about them gun rights you had. And then guys like me in the back would be like, hey,
I know a story.
And it involves a timeline where those 2 people can't coexist. And then they'd be like, pew! And I'd be like, you can't do that. We don't have guns anymore. And they'd be like, you don't have guns anymore.
Yeah.
It's all military.
We have guns.
Like, I just found it
what a fucking interesting dude.
That is,
it was so great. Like, and at 14 years of age, he's like just
figuring it out.
Tweaking coins and shit like that, sending it off.
Well, there's like that art dealer guy. And,
and I guess he had one big one that was, he had found something that was like the Oath of a Freeman, and it was supposed to be huge.
Tooth fell out.
He'd found it, and he had like a stamp that he made it out of. So he like stamped the ink onto it, like it was actually like a book out of a page out of a book, like a tiny little Bible or something. And he'd like singed some of the edges up and shit like that, and had it like pressed and sealed. And he was looking at selling that for like $1 million back in like the 80s and shit like that. Like the dude was like the brains. And they asked the guy that sounded like Bubbles that I was telling you about. They asked him. They go, without giving him any praise, which you say he was the best at what he is. He goes, "Can you do me a favor? Can you ask somebody else that?" He goes, "Because I don't want to make him out to be a hero." because he was that good
Yeah.
at what he did. He's like, I don't want people to like. I was like this. There's an episode of CSI that I watched one time that they showed how to erase the ink off of a dollar bill
yeah.
and reprint something else
Yeah,
on it.
fives or whatever. Yeah.
No, they'd like
Or
erase.
anything.
Yeah, they'd erase like the $1 bill and printed like a 20 on it.
Yeah. Well, nowadays the trick is with like the new bills is the bill has to be small enough to not have a chip or a watermark.
Yeah.
But it used to be like an old 5 was the same paper as a 1. They weren't even different colors.
Was that like
'Cause remember-
92s or 90? There's a certain year that were the easiest to.
It's got to be around
forge,
there. It's
yeah.
got to be like 90 or whatever probably the last year of the old bill where they're like, all right, this is too easy, but we're running out of money how to print this fake money, and so they're like, isn't it funny how we're not allowed to print extra money, but like whenever the government's in a little hiccup, little recession mode, they're like, let's just print more. We'll spend it first.
Here's $1,400.
Here's 1,400 fairy dollars. Go buy you a fairy TV and fucking. Oh, I had to get up in there, dude. This thing has been itching for a while. My
since you pulled
inner
this-
thigh.
Ever since you pulled them tits out, huh? You
Yeah.
have nothing else to play with, so now you gotta.
It's fucking
Gross.
gross. Look at it. Look at it.
I don't know.
Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, The Wrong Turn movie. Did we talk about
Yeah,
that?
Not yet,
Nice.
but that's.
It's good.
Yeah, it was. I'll have to let you borrow it.
Yeah, you will. Cause
It's I don't know what the first one's like because I never watched
did you ever
it.
watch the original Wrong Turn?
It's like
This
Hills
is the
Have
one I
Eyes
started
in
to
the
talk to you
Woods.
about last week, and I hadn't
so
finished
was
it yet.
this the one where they end up in that like compound almost, and there's like cars and shit everywhere?
Well, okay. I get
So they
where
do
you're-
kind of have that in the original.
That's actually Texas Chainsaw Massacre, though, right?
No.
Well, yes, but they also
The
do
later
have
one?
They do have that is in one of those movies.
Oh,
though.
really?
So it's like all that. Like
So
the
they
people
super
that are
ripped off Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Hills Have Eyes.
bits
pretty
and
much.
pieces. Yeah.
Like
I think I'm
mushed
thinking
them
Hills
together.
Have Eyes. Because do they like do stuff with that one chick?
Well, they eventually do.
Which one are they trying to like impregnate?
That's Hills Have Eyes.
That is Hills Have Eyes. Yeah, where
okay.
they like have her in the like mine and she's just all tied up. Yeah, that's
Well, no,
pretty
that's
brutal.
the second one
Yeah,
with the military. The first one is they ransack the camper and they've
you're right.
pinned the mom down while the baby's on the bed next to her,
Yeah.
raping her, which is horrible. And I hate saying that. I apologize, but
Well, he didn't.
That's a pretty fucked up scene, dude.
They all
I don't-
are.
I don't-
did you ever watch I Spit on Your Grave?
the first about 10 minutes, and then I
No.
didn't want to watch it anymore.
You got to get through the rest.
You
of
got to
it.
get to
If
the.
you get past that, then it's just if you get past that, then it's just a revenge movie,
Yeah.
and it turns into Saw.
Fast forward it.
It turns into Saw, but from a woman's point of view. Like one of the things she gauges up, she like knocks a dude out, has him bent over a clawfoot bathtub with a shotgun shoved up his ass, and a trigger thing that's attached to his mouth. And anytime he moves or flinches, that shotgun ends up going straight through his asshole and out the top of his face.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a good. I hate to say it. It's a good fucking movie when it comes to that part. Like
I've
it's
ne-
super realistic, and
Yeah,
I still
I-
haven't seen the original.
I'm a little sensitive when it comes to some of that stuff.
Oh,
I'll
well,
straight
yeah.
up say it. Yeah,
Yeah?
some things. Like, I can't do stuff where it's like horrible things like on a woman, like, or like kids. Since I've had
Yeah.
kids, anything
Yeah, the
with,
kid
like,
ones
death
just
of a
piss me
child
off.
or anything.
Well, I only get mad if they don't give it to the hero in the movie. Meaning, like,
Yeah.
like where like if something happens to some guy's kid, if he doesn't get to like sodomize somebody with the tank barrel of a fucking tank, then I'm not happy with it. You know.
I was like the good thing about the Hills Have Eyes is the guy that was like the super nerd in the first one ends up coming back and just fucking just brutalizes everybody.
Well, and another movie that was fucking super good that I only just recently watched in the last few months, the Salem whatever.
The Salem Witch
Oh,
Trials?
the Lords of Salem.
Lords of
Oh,
Salem,
Lords of
where
Salem.
because the first scene is just like so striking. Like you're
I've
just
never
like
seen it.
Well, it's kind of like at first you think it's like a weird rapey. Like I got so little into the beginning of that movie when I first tried to watch it that I didn't even realize that they were like witches around a fucking fire thing.
Now, did you watch that with your ex the first time you watched it all the way through, or did you watch it at your new place?
That's why I never watched it because I like got uncomfortable. 'Cause she got uncomfortable with that kind of shit.
And we'd had that conversation while you guys were still together, and she goes, "We have that one, and we've just never watched it. Like, we just didn't think it was good." And I go, "If you get past the old ladies dancing around the fire, it gets really fucking good."
Yeah, it seemed like you just expect if a Rob Zombie movie is going to start that hard right off the bat, whatever the next scene is probably something I don't want to watch.
Right.
So I just was like, maybe I'll just tap out on this one. I really fucking like that movie,
It's
dude.
it's
so good and weird. I love good weird. Like, seeing where she's walking up the stairs with the face paint, and you're like, what the fuck is going on
Like
right
I said,
now?
the only thing about that movie that, like, obviously starting it off and you see the old ladies.
the weird
witches,
guy
yeah,
that ends up being the whatever.
the Antichrist
You're
or
like,
whatever.
this is the devil?
So it's like, the movie is this
Sorry,
woman.
I'm trying to piece this together.
It's weird, dude.
Without giving it away, it's Sherry Moon Zombie, and she's
Yeah.
a disc jockey, and she gets sent this record that whenever she plays it, she gets put in a trance. And it used to be the music that was played during the Salem witch trials where they were at.
Yeah.
And it's recorded on this disc, and every time it goes, it triggers something in her to where she has these dreams and these nightmares. And eventually she ends up giving birth to the Antichrist, is what it's supposed to be. But the Antichrist looks like Vern Troyer with, like, those workout ropes.
It's
in
so
paint,
weird,
in like
dude.
red
It's
devil
so
paint, and he's
weird.
like standing like.
Well, and he has the weird head thing, and
Yeah.
the, like, it's like a slimy
I
no
think I've seen
skin
like
critter.
a picture of this.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's just
okay,
so
okay.
weird because you're like, well, I guess it's kind of played out to make the devil like the devil, right? Because you'd be like, oh, that's cliche. So it has to be some weird entity that makes you uncomfortable. Well, that's kind of what that slippery slidey thing was, and you know he's gonna like, didn't he do a weird reach thing? With
I
the
think he
thing?
does, yeah.
And you're like, oh god, please don't do that with your weird arm finger thing.
Was it?
What in the fuck is that smell? It's that fucking beer thing, dude. I think that's it.
I'm just saying, if that's what it is, then.
It's like that in fart form.
Is it my breath?
No, it's just my own. I should have known.
Upper lip smells, my bad, boys.
I got a little poop in my mustache.
You already got one in. You're going to burn yourself out and make yourself dizzy. Oh, you thought you did.
Got a little.
So you're going to start getting yourself all dizzy.
Who
and
cares
fall out
about
the-
Dizzy? What if I fall asleep
Hey.
on the show? That'd be awesome.
Speaking of beards and mustaches,
Mustache.
so the other night I woke up in the middle of the night, right, and my whole all through here just sopping wet, and I'm like, what in the fuck? Like, am I drooling that much? Like, I've never drooled like that. Like, I got up and, like, went into the bathroom and, like, took a towel and was like, fucking, ugh, gross, Sean. And then I went back to bed. Well, about 3 days later, I woke up in the middle of the night and I feel this, like, on me. And I'm like,
I know
what the fuck, dude? The little black cat, dude. Lou, he's sitting there and he's just fucking just licking the shit out of my beard, dude. And he's drooling. And he's all purring.
Oh, yeah, he's getting all the goodies out of there,
Yeah, I
dude.
was like, gross. And it was all wet. Little fucker.
So you had to go back and think about, like, dude, my face was soaked with cat spit.
Yeah, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Fuck, yeah.
Worst thing I ever had happen to me with a cat was we were the neighbors when I lived in Iowa. We'd camped next door to their house, and their cat was pregnant. And so I'd gone to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. When I came back out, I forgot to zip the tent up. Cat comes in. I've got my dad's pillow, by the way, so this pissed him off to high heaven, too. But I'm asleep on the pillow, and I just hear... And I wake up, and there's like 8 kittens right by my head. The cat had come in and had kittens in the tent.
Nice.
On the old man's pillow.
Nice.
Yeah.
She seemed awful comfy with you. Was it like a Mr. Garrison thing where the pig has the Mr. Garrison face? And all the cats look like Jim.
It's a little bearded.
Mom's just like, hey,
As I was like 4.
I need kitty support.
Yeah.
And you're like, kitty support? Like with 2 D's? She's like, no, with 2 T's, dude. We have
No
kitties.
2 T's, y'all.
They're getting ready to put out the vaccination special for South Park.
Woo! If
Because
it's
they already did the quarantine one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one was pretty interesting.
Man, I wonder how much money they're spending on attorneys right now. Like, it's got to be an ungodly goddamn amount, dude. Because they're not putting
out
episodes like they used to. It's not like a weekly thing anymore.
Well, because I think they've still got... I mean, they're running it like a business would, so they're shut down to an extent. when they bring people in, I'm sure they've got their spaced off, and that's actually like cubicled off now, where you're not right on top of each other.
Nerds weren't. I thought nerds just like separated headphones.
Well, most of the time, but
neckband
when they have to
things.
like stay in the room and like spitball ideas and shit, I'm sure.
Yeah, but rich people don't fucking get sick. Who cares?
That's true.
Wouldn't that be weird out of all the things that South Park has said and done through the years if that's what gets them fucking kiboshed?
Making fun of.
No, not even making fun of, just having people in a room.
Oh yeah.
Like out of all the
actually.
horrid things that they've said
Yeah.
a million times, it's like, it's it, no more South Park. They're not
No more.
following protocol. Texas is open, I think. What's
Yeah.
today?
Today's the 4th.
So the 10th, they'll open
Yeah.
up all the way.
Yeah,
No
next week.
masks, no restrictions, no nothing.
Idaho is. They're going to keep some restrictions, but they're thinking about. I think they are going to. I'm not positive on this, but taking away the mask.
I'm gonna say they
That'd be
threw
cool.
that up in the vote, but
I just
to
think
make it where it's not a mandate or anything like that.
I don't know. They're saying they're to a point now where what is it? By the end of April, they're going to have enough vaccines to where you can just be like, "Hey, Albertsons, I need to come in and get my vaccine."
Well, see, that's the thing. Now they have them for us if we want to take them, and I'm like, I'm young enough where I don't necessarily need one, but I'm also like, okay, so I will put my name on the list to get one in, so at
Yeah.
least it's in the store if somebody else wants it or needs it.
There you go, yeah.
So at least it's there. Like, I don't feel like I've been. I mean,
Why
between you
is it that
guys-
none of us have gotten sick?
we've gotten sick. It's just a different level of sick. Like, if you think
Yeah.
about it, like our sick, like we.
I think.
Well, it
I
just seems
had
really
it.
dumb if I had it. Because I was sick there for a while. You know, I was like, and I just
I
thought,
think I had it.
is this it? Like, is this really it? You know, like, how picky of a disease can something be? You know?
Well, and again, I think it is just depending upon the weakness of the body.
Yeah.
Well, and then here's, I fucking don't like sciencey conspiracy shit sometimes because then you look it up and you're like, that's real. So
Yeah.
they're like the entire family of disease, minus a few in the coronavirus package. Like a lot of them are patented, right? And I've talked about this on the show before. But to be patented, you either have to be a new idea, and you can't be something of nature. Like you can't patent a tree. Well, a virus, unless it's man-made, is something that naturally occurs. Yet they have patents on these viruses. Not the vaccine for the virus. Every fashion down to its molecular structure, what it looks like, patented. Well, so either you made it, or this is an illegal patent, and anybody can make a vaccine. And I'm just back to that because it's like it's only Pfizer and Merck and Johnson & Johnson. I don't like it. I don't like it none at all. Makes me uncomfortable.
I think-
Government people listening for sure. They're probably our best. I bet all 25 listeners that we get every week is just the government.
It's just an
They're like, we got a
office.
fucking eyeball on Mr.
Those
Beeler.
three.
No, they don't even.
Oh,
no,
no, it's
trust
just
me.
you.
Your guys
Yeah,
are
it's
fine. It's all my other
We're just guilty
activities.
by
They're like,
association, and then we just go,
No.
Who said it? That guy said it.
right, yeah, because they break
Do I
into
got
your,
curly hair? Nope, fuck that.
they break
I'm
into
bald.
your house.
I'm fucking
Can't get me
bald.
confused. I
and
might
they
wear fake
find
glasses
your
every
Hot
now and
Wheels,
again.
and they find your
They just take
action
everything.
figures, right? And they go break in your house, and they're like, nah.
We're not
They
taking
shut the
nothing.
door. We're not taking anything. This
It's-
ain't.
it's
And
too
then
much
they
shit
get
in
to
here to
my
sift through to
house,
figure out
right?
what
And
it
it's
is.
like, yeah, it's like gun safes and everything.
Nobody's getting in here if I turn the heaters on and all the lights. I'll tell you that.
We would definitely.
We thought the studio was gonna burn down.
That's true. I had to behind that fancy Tickles worldwide brand.
Shout out
Columbia-
Snuggles. Thank you for that, sir.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That was. He dug his shirt too, by the way.
Good.
He was super jacked about that.
Good.
Yeah.
Love you, Snuggles. We gotta hang out, and you gotta let me ride a really little, not very powerful motorcycle with your friends or something. They all have these fucking monster motorcycles, dude.
Someone get a sidecar and put you in the sidecar.
Fuck, that'd be sick, dude. Snuggles, get a sidecar pretty please and fucking ride me around. I'll get the Snoopy
Wait,
ears and the fucking
I
goggles.
think I know who you're talking about.
Big burly guy with a giant beard.
Did he used to have that like rat rod pickup?
He still
Yeah.
does?
Does he have? It was for sale for a while.
Yeah.
They lived there
Oh.
on the corner, like 8th and.
Yeah.
Libby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Libby
8th and
8th.
Libby right
yeah,
there.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Not 8th and Libby.
We don't know where.
Oh,
you
we don't
live.
know where you live,
Well, he
bro.
doesn't live there anymore.
Jesus.
Oh, he doesn't?
No.
Yeah.
I'll explain that
Sarah
off
went to
air,
air
too.
school with his wife, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I trained with him for years at Team
He's a cool
Execution.
dude.
Yeah. Shit, yeah.
Ex-wife.
Oh.
I'll explain that later.
Who's ex-wife?
Snugs. Ex-wife.
Oh, fuck.
Anyway, the
Anywho.
studio. We thought
I
it was
got new
burning
toys.
down.
We got
Oh
new-
yeah, Jim got new toys.
Yeah.
We're
I
all
never-
telling like 4 different stores at the same time.
Oh
Oh!
my god, those are fucking boxes that are brand new.
Oh, I said come
Ooh.
face.
It is this calm face.
So, I got to give another big shout out to Walmart. They've been coming through with a lot of their toys and stuff like that.
Did you just do that?
I did.
We shout out friends like Snuggles and people that we love.
Well,
and
you got to
they're
think
like,
about everything
shout
that we
out
buy there.
Walmart.
Where else do we
Walmart.
buy this shit at?
That's true, Walmart.
I don't know, just
We like your toys, Walmart.
It's about all we buy there anymore, really.
Walmart.
But you guys, they got a huge NECA collection down there now, and these just popped in down there
I
today.
love NECA.
fuck yeah.
40th anniversary Alien Collectors.
Come face.
Ash, a.k.a. Cumface.
All right, we're doing this. People gotta see this fucking
He's a-
thing.
he's-
You've seen the fucking movie, folks. But look.
There's no...
Oh, you can't see it.
You got him way too... There's no
Yes.
light over there.
This
Yeah.
little head
He's no, you
gotta
can
back
see
up.
come
Right
face
there.
very good.
Back it up,
is an
back it up.
extra cum face head. It's just
It's just
oh,
covered.
here you go. There's no other way to describe that, but a head completely covered in jism. It's just
Anyway.
amazing.
Great toy though. It's
Oh,
really
super detailed.
So there's that. The Alien, before it was known as the Xenomorph.
good. Fuck
And
yeah.
Kane, the
That's the
Space
best one,
Crusader
dude.
that
Yeah.
gets his face mask melted
He gets
with the face
It
hugger.
comes with both.
Yeah.
It comes with the face
Yeah.
hugger version and the dude. That's
Wait,
too
it does?
good.
Let me see. I didn't
Yeah,
see the
see
face
down there's
hugger
that
version.
face hugger head,
Oh.
so you can put that on the face hugger head.
I would have a hard time not opening and playing with
Some of
this.
these, well, that's like I said, the ones that I got that are like the Toonie Terrors, I think those are going to be the ones that I open up because they're just in the card stock.
That's cool.
And they're cheap enough that you can go
Yeah.
down there and buy another one when it comes time. But they were like $12 for like the Grady twins was $12 even, $13. So I mean, those would be cool to pop open and just have to.
I'll tell you what, when I
Dink
get my
around with.
$1,400, I'm going crazy on some fucking toys.
You know what I'm gonna do with my $1,400?
Burn it.
Give it to the state of Idaho. Thank you, income tax, for a state I
no.
don't fucking live in.
I'll flip you
Anyway.
over again.
Dude, okay.
Because you told me you were getting some back. I thought you were.
Oh no, they fucking figured out I don't get any
$9
back.
Oh,
None
I
back.
got $9
No,
one year.
no. So, yeah, I checked. I gave them all my information, how much I paid in. You go online, and it gives you an estimate. And it estimated me $395 I'd get. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. At least I don't know. That's
Right.
all I cared about. Oh no, the old people at fucking Q&R Block down there. I did that on purpose. Oh, Q&R Block, down the Q&R Square, down the street there. They like, hey, do you want to have the money taken out of your return, or do you want to pay for it? And I was like, well, if I had to take the money out of the return, there probably wouldn't be one. I'm like, okay, well, just pay when you come in, and then we can release you. So, anyway, she calls on the phone. She's like, I got your stuff ready. And there's like a pause. I'm like, that's not very professional. And she's like, and we aren't going to be able to take the money out of it. I was like, yeah, I already knew. I got like the money set aside. And she's like, yeah, it's pretty bad. And I was like, wow, I've never heard anybody in this professional setting not just tell you what it is and then you as an adult know what it is. She's like, it's pretty bad.
You like get down there. She's like, "We're gonna write a number on this paper and slide it across the table, and you tell us if you've seen a number bigger in your life,
Right.
and
Yeah.
if you haven't,
Okay,
then
here's a good example. I made, it was like $100 and really close to $11,000 when one of the years I worked for the well service,
okay.
and I owed $500 and something that year. Shout out to being rich, low taxes. Anyway, so
Then
making that. So now I have my 1-bedroom apartment. This is a studio.
basically, yeah, because
Right,
it's all
I
of
have
them
my
minus the
shit
one
job.
dog.
Shout out to my shit job. Thank you. And I'm like, I kind of accidentally didn't pay very much taxes for a few months.
Well, it slipped your brain because you're so used to leaving it there. You've been married.
yeah, I've been married.
Yeah.
It's been the way it is forever. So I'm just like, whatever. I'm never
Yeah.
gonna owe money. I got kids. Well, I also agreed to the even odd year of when me and the ex would claim Oliver, which now I know why I was mad about it and I didn't realize. She always has a kid to claim. It just goes 2 years, 1 year, 2 year, 1 year, 2 year, 1 year.
Yeah.
Right? So instead of 1 year, 0 year, 1 year, 0 year, 1 year, 0 year. So anyway, long story short, I know I'm dragging it out, but I owe the state of Idaho $800, and I owe the federal government, shout out to you motherfuckers, you're awesome, and you're going to spend my money wisely, I know it, $1,350. For a grand total of over $2,000. Now, you guys seen where I live. You've seen my clothes, seen my car. Do I look like somebody that should be paying $2,100 in fucking taxes at the end of their? Fuck you, government. I can't wait till you fall and I get to wear sheepskins and paint on my fucking face, killing people with hatchets, dude. $2 fucking grand, dude. Anyway.
Well, don't worry about the sheepskin. Daddy always buys you new clothes, so you're good.
Fuck, I hope so. Jesus. Yeah, we're in a civil union, motherfucker. Give me some clothes.
You guys need to adopt a kid, and then you can get that third
Dude,
child
then I
income
can
tax
fuck-
We've actually discussed that at one point.
Yeah, we could even it all out
What,
for
like
ourselves,
an 18-year-old Chinese girl, or
17 at least.
she's
Whoa!
a maid.
17 at least, so then when she does become an adult,
She can make her own choices.
yeah.
That's horrible. Because then the whole call me daddy thing gets way out there weird. Real intense all at once.
Call me daddy.
Yeah, yeah, hear it already? You're like...
And then you get gum face.
And then you get cum-faced. God damn it, dude.
Post-date, I call it.
Did
Post-date the dibs, I call it.
Where did this go?
Oh no, you're going to wear out the first 2 inches before I get there. When did we have zero filter for the show anymore?
Yeah. Fuck it.
Fuck it. YouTube tomorrow. Bye.
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 We've
You said
canceled this
cum.
episode.
We
Too many
detected that,
times.
yeah, we detected you said come and fuck
Oh.
137 times. Hey, that's what we were here for.
It's like that Limp Bizkit song. It's like, I just said fuck 48 times or something like that. And he's like counted it out
Yeah.
by the end of the song. If I say fuck 2 more times, that's 46 fucks in this fucked up rhyme.
Was that the shit episode of South Park?
No, well, what it
There-
boils
that
down
too, I
to,
mean.
but
You
can't say the curse
of words.
Those were the good days of music.
right. I'll still find myself listening to Limp Bizkit from time to time,
Oh, yeah.
or Korn.
I've been listening to skate rock on Spotify, which is exactly like it sounds. It's not as much skateboarding music as
like
it is.
Blink-182.
No, it's like every song that was on any Tony Hawk Pro Skater. So it's like the Pixies and Bad
Oh,
Brains
yeah.
and fucking Bad Religion and like Pennywise and like it's just so good, dude.
Hey.
Yeah,
That's cool you're getting back into that, too. That's pretty badass.
it's
And
fun.
you're getting the little one in it, too. That's cool.
I slammed so hard at the skate park. Shout out to the fucking dumb bitch that ruined it, by the way. Well, let's just get deep with this. You fucked up my skate park, and I have a problem with you now. And so I was skating the pool. We can't say her name because she got famous for suing somebody already. That's the only fucking reason she owns that particular business in town. Allegedly. Come sue me, bitch. Anyway,
Bitch.
So I was trying to do, because she happened to pick the favoritist part of the skate park that I use, because
Yeah.
kids don't play in the pool. It's a very steep, quick 80s pool, and it's little and it's challenging, whatever. So I know I can skate it. So she was nice enough to take this big giant chunk of perfect cement out of the coping, so it's like, "Gah-gah!" you can't even get by it. It's like this deep into the pool. So
Do they have it marked out or anything? Like
No.
cautioned or anything?
no, because if they did that, we wouldn't be able to use it at all. Yeah. Nah, I thought that too. I know. I thought that too. Okay. How do we sue the sewer?
Gotta love America.
Yeah.
I know. I was just thinking, like, God bless America. Everybody's sitting around like, revenge is suing.
Where can I get some more of this?
No shit, dude. From you.
Dan Cummins had a bit about that where he's like, I'm just sick of people suing people to sue people. He's like, it's like going to a restaurant and suing the restaurant because the dessert they made you was so good you gained weight.
Right, yeah, dude.
He's like,
McDonald's makes me fat.
he's like, I was fine. The lamb crusted pork chop was perfect. It's delicious. It melted like butter to my mouth. The asparagus was perfect. And then that son of a bitch had to come out of the back with that creme brulee. And it was toasted. It wasn't burnt. It was toasted just right. And everything. It was so good. And that son of a bitch, he did it.
He did.
Him. What was I talking about?
You ate it
So
real
anyway,
bad.
so like it's a corner pocket. So in skateboarding, obviously realize I'm gonna ride it up like a wave, do my grindy do, and then I'm gonna go back in the pool. Well, when you take a big inconvenient part out of that part that you smoothly grind upon, the skateboarder in you goes, that's just where I'll go in at, right at the end of it, just before it. Mm-hmm. So I was slashy grinding around the pocket, getting more and more confidence, getting up and around. I was getting right. Couple few inches closer, until it happened. I went too hard into the paint, and my back truck caught in the little pocket bitch made for me, and then my board decided to turn funny. So to avoid, because the worst thing in the world, worst kind of wreck on a skateboard, I'll tell you, it's not landing on your nuts. I've done that numerous times. It's not the board hitting you in the butthole, credit card style. Mm-hmm. That's pretty bad, but it's not that. Even rolling your ankles ain't so goddamn bad. But what's really bad is when your board gets away from you. Like you kick it away to land on what you assume is flat ground, solid, and it somehow does like a Nancy Kerrigan thing and lands wheels down, and then you're falling onto a board that you've already kicked to the ground, and wham, you'll just like, because you're like, falling onto it like that, and it kicks out, and you just aren't expecting it, so you have no way to pick which way to balance. So I was avoiding that, and then all these thoughts when you've been skating long enough happen in the moment. You're like, oh shit, avoid the board. Well, I went to avoid the board, so the board's between me. I go to put my legs on both sides of the wall to just kind of like catch the coping or whatever. Well, I'm a little older and fatter than I thought, and I went to catch the coping, no coping. So my heels just catch, and I go like from the tippy top backwards, like to just like wham on my side, and I was like, oh my god. And it was like the first time since I started skating again where I really got a good one, and I was like, where you're like, where everything tightens up on the side, you hit and you're like, fuck. It was one of those, right? So skateboarding me too was like, okay, I used to, just a few years ago, if that happened, I'm gonna go do something else because I don't want him to bum me out or don't want to get hurt. I was like, no, I'm doing this fucking trick my way. Yeah. So I fucking go up front. I'm going even faster this time. Get more of it. Coming all the way around the fucking corner. I'm going to catch it again. And this time, instead of falling like it's supposed to, it comes up all funny. And I'm like, I'll avoid it again. I remember what happened last time. But I'm going way faster. So I start to put my foot down back on the board. And I'm like, fuck. And then you over everything. So now I'm at like the top. So my heels just catch the coping. So that's 9 feet or 8 feet at that park. So then I'm up here, but then it catches me, so it, like that, and so I'm like on my side again, like a million times worse, but in the same spot. My head does the, like, kunk thing, and I'm just laying there like, this is it. This is how the old B-man goes. I'm just like,
end up like that retarded dog.
Well, they'll put a cone on me, and I'll just stare at fucking corners and shit, you know? And God, it's that fucking poor dog. Anyways, I'm like laying there, and I can hear the kid that could save my life just on the other side, you know. But I've been yelling at kids to leave me alone, so they're leaving me alone.
They're doing what you
let the old man die.
Yeah, and so I'm in there like, making this
kids finally listened to you.
Nope, sure didn't. So Bryce is just laying there, and I finally got like my crutch cane skateboard and got myself off the ground. But yeah, that was my fun. So shout out to you, lady that can't drive.
How's that new board work for you?
Fuck, dude.
I was just gonna, because I figured that's what you've been skating on.
The future skateboarding's unfucking real, dude. Like the fiberglass boards we had when we were a kid were like 3 inches thick, and they were square on the sides, and they delaminated the first day you bought them. Like all the wood and fiberglass comes apart, and they sucked. They had no pop. They were garbage. Powell Peralta flight decks, dude, are the fucking future of skateboarding. Like, They never feel like they're going to break. You can land on them in any wonky, weird fucking way, and they do not fucking flex. They do not... It's got fiberglass top layer, carbon fiber second to bottom layer. It's just gorgeous, dude. Brand new truck system, bushing systems, bearings. Fuck. It's crazy. And they're still like what makes you feel good is, like, on one hand, there's the 10-year-olds that are, like, super fucking good and make you like, I'm not going to skate in front of this kid.
Right.
Not a chance. Like, he's going to just do all my tricks because that's what little kids do. And then he's going to go do really cool tricks that I can't do. And then I have to sit over in the corner like creepy uncle. Like a creepy uncle. Mm-hmm. And, then you feel weird. Like, I'll fall down with a bunch of people my age. We can all be creakety and croakety together. That's fine. But, and then there's the fucking cool kids that can't skate. And I love them. I love you guys down there because you still make me feel good. Like, I asked a kid. I thought he was like 35 at least. He's like, oh, I'm finally getting back on board. And I was like, oh, fucking, how old are you? My age, like 30, 35 or whatever. He's like, I'm 19. And I was like 1'9" or 2'9"? He's like, 19. And I was like, how can, you're not even like old enough to get back into skateboarding. Like, when did you skate before? And I thought he meant like a year ago. And he's like, I used to skate in like middle school. And I stopped, because I partied in high school. And then now I'm doing it again. And it's like, all right. Anyway, they make me feel good about myself because when I was 19 years old on a skateboard, I was unstoppable. I was so much cooler than I am now on a skateboard. Now I'm just kind of like, But,
well, that's what led to the partying then. It wasn't just the partying that led to the skating.
Right, exactly.
It was completely flip-flopped.
So there was we like to call them skate betties. We like to call them ramp tramps.
Yeah.
This is my favorite term. Right? So there's a whole new generation of 19-year-old ramp tramps, and Bryce is just over skating by himself. Like, no.
I don't need to get in trouble.
I don't need to check IDs. No, thank you. So, and they're not into me anyway.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do anymore with what you can do with the skateboard. Because this fucking dorkaloid comes walking in the park with, 3... pretty hot little 19-year-old betties. I'm going to say they're 19, probably not, but whatever, fuck them. Yeah. They were hot. And they're with their Thrasher shirt and their Vans, and they're following him like he's a god. And he just walks into the skate park holding the board, brand new skateboard. You can tell wheels, brand new.
Never touched the ground at all, right?
Athletic shorts, not even jean shorts a boss. Athletic shorts, hoodie, and glasses like mine.
Well, that's the new skate attire, apparently.
No, it's not. But I'm not describing it correct. This kid looked like a fucking dweeboid.
Oh, yeah, no, I know.
And so he goes walking in the park, and they were following behind him. I was like, all right, maybe he's really good,
Doesn't even put the board down at all, does he?
He does this. He's holding the board, and he takes his phone out, and he puts it right here, and he's and he starts walking towards the middle of the skate park, and I was like, this is fucking weird. And then the little skate betties, on command, like little dogs. And I'm going to say that as terribly mean as possible. Like little dogs, get their phones out. And there's a little train of dumb-looking people following each other, all holding cell phones, right? Just in line, right? And he, goes, and he avoids the ramp. He didn't even want to walk on unlevel surface. He goes around the ramp and goes up. And there's, a bench on the other side of the park, and they all sit down on the bench. And then he puts his skateboard next to him, starts playing, and he's not even paying attention to the hot skate buddies. I'm like, this kid's fucking up. And I even went and told the other night, I'm like, I'm way too old, but you need to fucking go do a trick in front of that chick. And he's like, chicks don't care. And I was like, what? I was like, I haven't been gone that long. Chicks care, trust me. If you got style, which we all need to talk about as well, because you guys look like fucking robots, you gotta go do something. You gotta go punk that kid. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, go fucking make fun of him for not skating. He's got a brand new skateboard, brand new skate shoes. He's not skateboarding. He's just here fucking being stupid. You guys don't make fun of people? And he's like, why? And I'm like, so you can have sex with the hot young girls that are your age, you fucking idiot. What are you talking about? What do I mean?
You need to put that wood down and put the wood in your pants.
Yeah, I'm
her.
You're not getting anywhere with the skateboard today. Just go fucking talk to her. Go talk to them. There's 3 of them and 1 fucking dorkoid. There's 3 of you, and he can be gone. It didn't even register to do. So I skate for an hour and a half or whatever. Mm-hmm. Probably even long, a couple hours. Whole time he's over there, ignoring the girls, playing on his phone. They eventually start tooling around and watching people or whatever. I'm like, here's your chance, dude. Skate Betty all alone right over there in the wild. And he's like, no, man. I'm like, are you fucking seriously going to make me show you how to do this? I was like, I'm way too fucking old. She isn't even going to pick up on it. And he's like, no, man. I was like, you fucking disappoint me. Disappoint skateboarding. I was like, there should be nobody here at the park picking up chicks but skateboarders.
Man.
Totally different time. So then
Different time.
they get done skateboarding. Not the kids I was actually skateboarding with, but the three Bettys and the Dorkoid.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes his phone it's 7 or whatever. Whatever time was his time to leave.
Mm-hmm.
He puts his phone in his pocket, picks up his skateboard, and all three of them walk over to his car. Which was a shit car, too. I just thought there's, like, nothing about this kid that's special at all. Like, even I hold out if there isn't something special about somebody, or if they ain't got something to, like, it's just, you're just a person. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta have a connection, like a thing, or like a cool thing. And it's just weird. Weird times we live in. But in 4 or 5 years, there's going to be so many brand new skateboards at the Goodwill. Fucking, I'm fine with that. You know what I mean?
All these
Like,
kids are gonna
they're all just going to go to college for their liberal arts degree or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck they got going on, and then I'll buy all their shit from the store that they thought was cool for 3 seconds. You know, wouldn't it be neat if that's why they were making retro shit cool? So that essentially it could just go into the thrift stores faster so we can all get it again? To me, it's like...
You know, I did notice... I've noticed... I haven't been to the thrift stores that many times here recently because they've been pretty bone dry.
Yeah.
But the one thing that you can for sure find right now is Spider-Man.
Oh, everywhere.
Oh, fuck.
There's like 3,700 of...
the
not
plain...
that one, but just the old plain Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They had this guy.
Yep.
He was up there somewhere, and I was like, why would an
It's
Iron
because
Man...
they were all like $4 at TJ Maxx for 3 months before Christmas.
So the parents probably just replaced the old ones with the new ones now.
Yeah. It's just so funny. But what you're saying is exactly true, though. We're already seeing it.
Right.
I mean, they're making... Well, those are all mostly new wrestlers, but, like, you'll find the older ones, too, but are the, like, repops. But we're finding them already.
Yeah.
You know?
I got 2 more that I'll bring up next week. I got a Mae Young, which was like an old school vintage wrestler, like one of the first women wrestlers that was majorly known. But when she was in the early 2000s when she was running with Mark Henry, it's her, and then they have the Mae Young Classic. That was a terrible storyline.
She lost the baby. What was she, like 81 at the time?
Something like that.
And Mark Henry, just like to play it out, here's 80-year-old white woman about yay tall. And the part that she's white, but it's your grandma. Like
It's your grandma.
Your grandma.
Your little grandma.
Hooked up with 35-year-old, 8-foot-tall giant black dude. Right? And they love each other.
Whose nickname on the show was Sexual Chocolate.
I remember this.
And then, so she somehow gets pregnant. Based on the storyline. This is when wrestling was fucking gold, dude.
Oh.
This was the golden era of awesome. So she gets pregnant, and then the Dudleys, correct?
I think so,
Fucking powerbomb her through a table.
At
off
like
of the
70-something
stage.
years old.
Yeah. And then, of course, you find out later in the broadcast that she's lost the baby. And they had no qualms with this either. You know how many women were watching wrestling that night that had actually lost a baby, and they're like, this isn't funny. And there's us like, ha ha ha, fucking what? You know? Oh my god. I can remember her face when she got powerbombed too. She had that red sweater on, like the real Betty White look to her, like the fucking pearl necklace thing.
So
I lost this.
who gave birth to the hand? Was that her too?
Oh god, dude. What?
Somebody gave birth to a hand.
Yeah, it sounds so familiar, but
There was so many storylines with like accidents like that.
Right.
Well, like the Val Venus where he gets his dick cut off by the Asian dudes. You remember that?
Yeah.
He's been messing around with the guy's wife, and they like carry him to the back and like drag him up to this table, and there's like 2 guys holding him like this, and there's like a chopping block in front, and you see like the main guy walk over with like a ninja sword, and he just Cha! And you just hear him, ah! And he's like so, like every other time he'd come out, he's like got his towel on and hello, ladies, and he'd start coming out and be like, hi. He's not real talkative. He's not really into the sex thing.
Yeah, he's not Val Venus anymore. He's just Valerie
How would you
Venus.
like to be Like, that's how your character ends up. You know, like,
There's
you're
so
a badass, and then it's like, you get your dick cut off. Like, hey, this is your line. This is what happens.
So just say it.
You're going to get your dick cut off.
So the other best gimmick ever, Joey Ryan.
Yeah.
I don't think you've ever heard of this guy. He's a super independent guy. But he is the king of dong style.
Because strong style is like a form of Japanese wrestling where you
Yeah.
hit
Okay.
harder and you...
So his thing is if he catches your hand, like say you're throwing a punch at me, I catch your hand, and I muscle it down to my dick. And I make you grab my dick.
What?
And then I flex, and my dick just overpowers you.
Yeah, it's like one of those like you know when you do this feats of strength, like the hand together thing.
Yeah.
Now imagine that down here, and you
And he's
only
just-
your hand is on. Like somebody's literally just grasping his whole package, and they'll be like.
So then,
Fucking, like,
then once
taking it, dude.
he like flexes it out 3 times, and then he like flips him with it.
Yeah, he does
And they
like
do
a
a
roll
whole-
with his arms, and
and
they
they-
do a flip. Like they just can't.
Like
he's
his
just,
dick is that.
It's just strong. And throws him over.
Now, the best storyline that goes along with that character was they did the guys that are running AEW, they have a YouTube program called Being the Elite, and he was in there. And one of the programs that he was running with was a guy, Hangman Page, and Hangman killed him with a telephone. He like took the receiver, like beat him to death. So they do like this one-off pay-per-view, and the video, Hangman wins his match, and the guy is like, they cut to like this, you know,
Like-
vignette.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking of. Vignette, and the guy's laying in bed and he's dead, and his eyes open up real quick, like Undertaker style, and then it pans down to his pants, and his dick just rises. He just gets this boner. Then,
Like how you remember how the Undertaker get knocked down and he'd
Yeah.
be like and sit up.
Yeah.
so his dick does that, just like boom. Then lights go out
In the arena.
in the arena, and you know how when Taker comes out, he'd have like the druids come out.
Yeah.
So then they have like 20 guys in inflatable.
More than that.
Well, it was a fuck ton of people.
There was
but
a
like
lot of dudes.
A shit ton of dudes in like inflatable dick suits.
Yeah,
Come
like
walking
those ones
out-
that had, like the snowmen that have like the
Yeah.
fan in them or the T-Rexes. It's
Yeah.
that, but just big giant wieners with nuts.
So they come walking out to like the druid music, and then you hear Joey Ryan's music go off, and he comes out,
Fucking
and he's
ready.
all just like, and his other. So he's like he does like the Valvina style, but he's like very 70s, very
he's got,
80s,
like,
like.
a mustache.
He's got the porno
comb
stash,
hair.
the comb over hair, the Magnum PI style jacket with like the flower print on it and everything like that.
What?
He comes out, lollipop in his mouth, got a thing of baby oil in his trunks, in his little whitey tighty style trunks, pulls it out. Nelson's all over his hairy ass chest too, by
That's
the way.
his gimmick too. Is he
Just
always
super,
does the oil.
starts rubbing it
thing.
on, puts his leg up on the rope, and he'll do like his leg, kick the other one up and do his leg too, and then he takes the lollipop out and drops it in the trunks. Now, at live shows, he's been known to pull the lollipop back out and put it in an audience member's mouth.
Yep.
Otherwise, he will then put it in the opponent's mouth and super kick them to where they spit the sucker out before he pins him.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
dude
guy's
is one of the
awesome.
best fucking.
That shirt that I have that says Broken Joey's.
Yeah.
One's Joey Ryan and one's Joey Janela. And so it's like them at the hospital, like, and you see his little porn mustache.
I've got the two that I've got where it's like one says King of Dong Style on it, and like very 80s, and then I've got one that looks like a porno tape, and it's like King of Dong Style on it too, like on the VHS. But this dude is like, he's one of the best gimmicks out there to this
It's
day.
pretty
Still.
rad.
It's pretty good.
Well,
Speaking of wrestling, real quick, Bobby Lashley beat The Miz for the championship.
I saw that Miz had it for like 3 seconds or something.
Yeah, and now they've got another pay-per-view, the 21st. Shaq wrestled on Dynamite.
I saw that. He fucking took it too. You see the
Yeah?
table shot thing?
Yeah,
He got fucking put through a table off the ring.
Off the
corner?
apron, yeah.
Off the apron.
Holy
and it
shit.
shot, and he was all, dude, he did like a picture perfect power bomb right off the bat.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's so big that his technique doesn't have to be that great. He can just be like,
Yeah.
"Wah, wah," you know, Shaq
Well, and I love the
smash.
fact that he did it like Kevin Nash style. He's like,
And then Razor Ramon just picks him up and just drops him.
Hell yes.
Nice.
Well, fuck, folks. I think that's an episode.
I'd say we hit it.
We hit it. We talked about the stuff we wanted. Who'd have thunk? Like 4 seconds before this motherfucker, I was like, we ain't got shit. It's
3 things with 2 question marks.
question
new
marks.
wrong turn. Killer.
Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Murder among the Mormons. Skibbadeet. What was that about? Oh, the music
song,
video.
yes.
Anyway, we fucking love you.
Yeah.
Like, share, and subscribe. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on Anchor. We're on Facebook. Find us. We're Fancy Tickles. Make us famous. If you guys are willing
You're like,
to
oh.
make the
Well, no. So the
Catch
only
Me Outside chick famous, why don't you fucking throw us a bone? I'm not talking millions, you know. Just like,
Just a
share,
little
subscribe.
boner.
Just a little boners.
So with that last little post we put on the Facebook, probably, the only questions we had came from one person.
Well,
Was it your mom?
No, it was Brandon.
Brandon.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
we'll let him have it.
Yeah.
Super simple questions. Would you rather know the date of your death or the cause of your death?
Cause of my death.
Cause.
And what's the worst thing you've done in your life? We think we've covered those before.
I don't think you want to know the worst thing I've done in my life. Maybe the worst thing I'd publicly admit to. Everybody'd be like, never watching that show again. But yeah, no. I just want to know how I die.
Yeah.
Because if it's like terrible car wreck, I'll be like, avoidable.
Turn into Jim. That's why he doesn't drive. He knows how he's going to die.
I just be like,
Car wreck.
right? Yeah, dude. If yours,
That's why I don't
if
drive.
yours was fucking
Right.
car wreck, that'd be so funny. I'd be like, wow, of all things to take him out.
Huh.
Who'd have thunk it?
Test driving his first car.
That's right.
Oh fuck!
Roll his buddy's pickup upriver. That was a legit dream too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that he did?
No, I rolled your truck upriver. And then I tried to go along the beach and find somebody drunk to pull off the beach and put in your truck. And blame it on them.
That's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Anyway, folks.
We love ya. That's another episode. See you next week.
Hi.